Well, it's finally time to start working on that snowmobile you guys have seen in the background for a while now. Hey, Corey here, Canadian RC guy. Welcome back to the channel. Well, if you're a subscriber for a while, you've seen this snowmobile kind of in the background here and there. Well, we're finally going to start working on it. We picked it up off a marketplace, God, probably 6 months ago at least now, back in the summertime. We didn't get a controller with it. We just got the snow machine, but that doesn't matter. We're going to do a full rebuild on this thing anyway. So I'm pretty sure it's just a toy grade, but I think underneath this, there's going to be a lot of room for improvement, and that's just what we're going to do. But you know what? Come on in a little bit closer, and I'll show you what we got going on here. So they say it's a 1/8 scale. Sure it is, I guess. And I know that there's another set of skis that come with it that don't have the tires on them, but I'm sure we can work around that. Maybe we can just get those tires out of there and out of our way, see what we'll have to do. But it's got a good set of nice size springs on it and shocks. So it's definitely something that we're going to be able to replace if we really need to. The steering stuff, who knows what's going on inside. It's got just, one of the old set it straight here, left and right to get your steering going. But underneath, the track doesn't look like it's going to do too much in the snow. But I think we've got an idea to fix that as well. But we're going to go ahead, start getting some of these screws and stuff out of here. Who knows what we've got to do to get some of this stuff taken apart. Obviously, we got some here. We got a ton of screws on the bottom of this thing. So we're just going to start going ahead, getting some of this ripped apart. We'll bring you back in a little bit. Once we know what we've got to do, or we'll kind of let you know what you've got to do in case this is a project that you've been waiting to do. So like I said, we'll save you some of the boring stuff. We'll get some of these screws and stuff taken out, figure out what we need to take apart, and then we'll bring you back and let you know what you've got to do in case you've got a project of your own like this. Well, all right, as you can see, we got torn into this thing. We got the shell taken off. It takes a few screws, nothing too bad. A couple are kind of way up. We'll show you here in a minute. Down in where the track area is, that kind of stuff. Man, she's got some old electronics in it and stuff like that. But come on in here. We'll show you what we got going on inside and what we've got to get out of here and replace. So we flipped it over for a second here. Hopefully you can see. So there's 2 screws way down in there, one on either side. You've got to get those out. There's 2 screws here. And there's 2 screws here on either side. They come out. They've got these little black plastic clips on them, that kind of thing. That holds a top plastic piece on there. And then over here on the back, we'll flip it over. You've got, flip it over here so you can see. We've got 2 screws here to take out. They come out here. And then you've got a screw here as well to take out. That's going to let this release. There is like a little pin of some sort. You can see down in there holding that spring on, shock assembly on. We're just going to leave that in place for now. And then the rest is just wires holding this thing together. You got some wires. Spin it around here so you can see. So you got some wires there just running down to the back for the tail light, up there for that front headlight, and then for the on and off button. So we're going to be able to get that stuff out of the way. And then, of course, down in here, you can see all those old electronics, speed controller, that kind of stuff. I think it's like an old 280 motor of some sort. See the old speed controller down there? Man, this thing is just a toy, that's for sure. So down there, you can see that old school drop down like transmission, I guess we'll call it. It's a gear reducer. I think we're going to have to use that right at the moment. We're going to replace everything else. We'll get out of this old speed controller and steering stuff. I think we should be able to hook a servo up right there. Should be nice and easy. Figure out what's going to work. Be able to mend those, see those little bars there? Be able to bend those, put them into something so we can get some good steering out of this thing. Eventually, maybe we can replace some shocks, that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure they do make some sort of almost like an aftermarket drop-down transmission that we can look for on Amazon. I think they're like 30, 40 bucks, something like that. So maybe that's something we'll look at in the future. But for now, we're just going to get a nice little brush system of some sort maybe thrown in this. We'll have to see what we have, or if we have to go on and order something off old Scamazon. But we're going to get these wires cut out, get this electronics and stuff taken out. It shouldn't be too bad, just a handful of little screws here, bunch of stuff there. We'll get that all stripped out, and then we'll bring it back here shortly once it's all ready to go for some new electronics, new steering, see if we can make this thing run again. Well, all right, as you can see, we're back. We've got everything ripped apart. It was a little bit of a challenge, but I think we've got it. We left some of the wires and stuff here just because we're not sure if we're going to be able to get some of these lights working and stuff like that in the future. So we'll probably just cut some of them off, tuck them inside, tape them in there out of the way. So we got all that old steering junk and stuff out of the way. No need for any of that anymore. And I think we should be able to hook a steering servo right up here somewhere. It's got 4 screws right there. And then we'll be able to bend these bars there. And that should still let us steer. At least I'm hoping that's what's going to happen anyway. And you can see in there we've got the gearbox all taken apart. Got the old motor out. So we've got everything there. I think it's going to go back and work pretty good. Once we put it back together, it still spins nice and easy. So what we're going to use is this 2-in-1. It's just a brush 280 setup from pulling it out from one of our Mini Bs or our Mini T. I don't remember which one it came out of, but it's a nice 2-in-1 system. Nice and small. This is all that we need to use, and then our battery. So that way we shouldn't have to worry about any room, anything along those lines. And if it works the way we're hoping, we can always upgrade to something in the future. But with all these plastic gears and stuff, we don't want to throw too much power to it, because it's probably just going to strip them, rip them, and we want to be able to at least see if we can enjoy it for a few minutes anyway. So I guess the next thing we're going to do, we're going to go through our set of gears, pinion gears, see what we can find that's going to fit on there. We're going to get some of this old, hopefully you can see down in there, some of that old white grease in there. And I'll get the cover back on here. Give me 1 second. Oh, got to spin it the right way, of course. It kind of sits into these little peg holes and stuff. And over the years, it's warped a little bit. You've got some space in there and stuff. So we'll have to see if we can take some tape or something, seal this all up. But it does spin, as you can see. Hold on, see if I can get my finger on there. But it does still spin nice and free. So we shouldn't have any issues other than stripping the gears, which hopefully we're not going to do. So we're going to go ahead, see if we can get this motor and stuff in. We'll find a steering servo for this, see what we've got to do. We'll bring it back if we have any issues. But I think we should just be able to bend these bars, kind of get her in there and working. But we'll be back in a little bit once we get a little bit further on this build. Well, all right. We've kind of got things put in place here now. I'll bring you in a second to show you a little bit closer. But I think we got it so that the track is going to move. We've got a 110 steering servo in there from Traxxas. It's just hot glued in place to try and make it in there. There's no real good place to put it or attach it or anything like that. But I think we've got the steering working okay. So we'll bring you a little bit closer here. We'll get a battery plugged in. We'll see if we can get this track to turn. So as you can see, like we were saying, we've just got her nice and hot glued down in there. We bent our brackets and stuff, our steering arms just a little bit, so that way we can get it down into the steering servo saver there. Get her back down on there. So now that you're a little bit closer, you can see. Now obviously we've got the cover on, so it's a little bit hard to see. But we think we've got the mesh okay. At least good enough that we can get a little bit of time running out of this thing before we have to do some more upgrades. And before, like I said, we just used that simple 2-in-1 ESC and receiver. And the brushless motor, 280 brushless motor, I believe it is there. It comes out of our Mini T. And then that stock servo there from the Traxxas, hot glued in. Should be pretty darn good, I think. So we're going to go ahead. We'll throw our battery in. And I think we're going to be able to get this thing to turn. Now, is it going to go in deep snow or anything along those lines? Probably not. Something nice and hard packed. I think we should be able to get something out of this thing at least. Enough to get a little bit of a video and a test drive. We'll probably have to do something to these tracks and that kind of thing eventually to really get some speed out of it and a little bit of packed snow. But let's see if we can get this thing going. Get ourselves on here. We've got a spot right up here. I think there's just enough space in here to be able to put our battery. We'll put our 2-in-1 receiver and stuff right here. Nice and easy to plug it in. Should be pretty simple for now. But, needless to say, we'll see if we can get this thing picked up with one hand. And there we go. Track is moving. And actually, doesn't sound too bad. See if we can get her to... A little bit pain in the butt there with that. We don't have her all put back together. We'll move her back here again. We'll hold up that little piece here so it's not getting caught. But oh, we're getting caught on something here. Oh, there we go. Spit her back out. Try this one more time. We'll hold this up here just like that and see if... Oh yeah, she's definitely going to drive herself out there, at least in some hard-packed snow. And as you'll see, we'll throwing everything all over the place there. We'll get her in there. You can see, not great steering by any means, but we do have a little bit of steering. Enough to get out there and do a few laps and see what we can do, at least in the driveway where it's nice and hard-packed for now. So we're going to get the electronics and stuff all kind of put in place. Like I was saying, should be able to get our battery just stuck right in there. Nice and easy out of the snow and weather. Still have lots of room to turn. Should be perfect. So we'll bring you back here in a little bit once we get this thing all buttoned up and ready to head outside. All right, we've made her outside. It's freezing cold. You can see we got tons of huge snowbanks. We've got a lot of snow here over the past few weeks, but let's see if this snowmobile can go a little bit under its own power here. Oh, there we go. Kinda. We might have to give her a little bump start. Oh, I don't know. Even this hard pack snow might not be good enough for these shitty old tracks, but... Oh, there we go. We're gonna have to reverse our steering, unfortunately, but as long as we can keep it going. Uh-oh, I think we might be into battery problems already. We might have to go in for a quick charge. We'll be right back. All right, we're back and we're all charged up. Let's see if we can get this thing to move again. Oh, there we go. We fixed our steering and stuff, so I think it's gonna work pretty good. Once again, not in deep snow or anything like that, but it's pulling itself along. Steering's working pretty good. Not bad at all. See if we can get her turned back around here. Uh-oh. I think we might be stuck down here. But for what it is, it's not working bad at all. Oh, we're right over top of it, bouncing off of it. Oh no, I think we got a ski. One of our steering is broken here. We're gonna take her inside for a second, see if we can maybe glue that on a little bit better or something. We'll be right back out. All right, our steering has been fixed. Let's see if we can try this one more time. Oh, there we go. We just gotta keep on the throttle, that's all. Definitely doing way better than I thought it would. Just plows through some of that light snow and does really good on this hard pack stuff, that's for sure. Now the steering, it could be a little bit better. And well, that reverse is pretty much non-existent. But for a old toy grade, you could buy it, you know, your local Walmart or wherever. And to throw in a nice little 2-in-1 system, this thing's doing pretty good. There we go, and get some turning that way once we're into some snow. Now, I'm not sure how long those plastic gears and things are gonna hold up inside, but for the moment, it's doing pretty good. Or at least, it was. Uh-oh. I think we got the spinning sound of death inside. Think you're gonna have to take this thing inside, tear her down, and see if that old plastic gears and transmission and stuff, see if they finally gave out. I didn't think it would last too long before we had to do some more upgrades. Well, we got her fixed up, and I'd have to say, it's doing pretty damn good. Our little pinion gear just kind of came off. So we kind of pushed her back on. I don't know how much longer it's gonna last, but this thing is doing pretty damn good for just a toy with some new electronics thrown in it. I definitely think there's some work we can do to improve it down the future, but for right at the moment, man, this thing is pretty fun. Now it's not doing, oh, right into the snow wall. Now it's not going through any kind of deep snow or anything, but we definitely have to see if maybe we can make a proper track or something for this thing. And those wheels on the front skis are not even hurting us at all. Oh, right into the snowbank again. Definitely have to do something about the steering. But this thing is a blast. Slow her down for the turn and away we go. She gets through some of the rough snow, but then eventually she just gets bogged down and stuck. Well, I guess that didn't go too bad at all. I'm pretty impressed, I'd have to say, with just taking this toy grade RC and turning it into something a little bit better. Not great, but at least a little bit better. Something we could take outside in the driveway, at least in some hard packed snow, and have a little bit of fun with. Now, I definitely think there's some things we can do to improve this in the future. If you guys have built something like this, we'd love to know. We'll hear from you in the comments if there's something you've done or used to make this a better RC. I know there is like a drop-down transmission, like an all-metal one or something you can find online and buy, 40 or 50 bucks, something along those lines. We'll definitely have to look into that. Maybe even see if we can find a better steering servo that will fit into this. We're definitely going to have to do something with these track. Maybe we can make some extension, get them glued on, something like that. Get a little bit more traction, and maybe we can get through some more snow instead of just a hard-packed driveway and stuff like that. But as always, if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button down below. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers this year. And if you really want to help the channel, hit that join button. For as little as $3.99 a month, you get your own shorts, posts, videos, you name it, early access to stuff, all just for being a member. So thank you so much. We'll see you again next time.